http://www.cosmicparadigm.com. Share this. Sunday, August 1st, 2010 Transformation Part 5. Beyond. The messages at this site are the result of communications between Mark Kimmel and beings who are not the current indigenous humans of this planet. The communications have been verified as coming only from those who are of the highest Christ consciousness. There are now 138 messages on this site. They build on each other. For their full impact, read them in sequence beginning with September 2008, archived below. They detail the transformation of this planet, our place in the universe, and a positive outlook for our future, if we are willing to act. I hope, by presenting them to you, that they spark your curiosity, and a decision to join with others to create a new civilization on Earth. As always, I encourage you to seek your own unique truth, and live it. This is my 18th posting to Mark's Corner for 2010 that involves communications from off-planet beings and other non-humans. It is with great pleasure that I again welcome Adriel, a celestial of this universe. This communication is the fifth in a series of messages from her that deal with the transformation of Earth's civilization.
Greeting. Picture a place that is somewhat familiar, somewhat not. A place that is different in some respects, but not in others. You are now on a new Earth after her transformation. The transformation has been completed during several of Earth's orbits about the Sun star. Time is not measured in months or seasons as the Moon is no longer in orbit about the Earth, and Earth is no longer tilted on her axis. Each day follows the prior in a tranquil procession of day and night. Much seems the same in terms of what you call nature. Some is much changed. Mountain and oceans are still present. The oceans define unfamiliar islands and continents. Some of the land has risen. Some has dropped. In a few places there are beaches. In most places beaches are in the making as the water laps against newly exposed cliffs and shoreline. On the land, streams and rivers carry water to lakes and the oceans. The air is clear, the skies blue with patchy clouds. Everywhere there is rich vegetation. There are no more deserts, for all the land has been repaired to become once again productive. Rain falls as needed to produce trees, bushes, and grass. Flowers are sprinkled about the landscape. In a particular place where you are standing, you see that there are trees bearing fruit and nuts. You see bushes with berries and all manner of vegetables. Most of the vegetables and fruits are familiar. Most of the trees are in rows, stretching as far as you can see. The smaller plants are scattered throughout the rich natural vegetation of the orchard. In the distance you can see a tall mountain. You watch as rabbits and deer graze on the grass, ignoring the planted varieties. Overhead the skies are filled with many types of birds. A wolf appears, but it chases neither rabbit nor deer. It dawns on you that you are in a veritable paradise. You are alone, and quite comfortable being so. You wish for an apple, and turn to see an apple tree a few steps away. Your first bite of the fruit is wonderful, just the right mixture of crispness and flavor. You next think raspberries and turn to find a raspberry bush not far away. Like the apple, the berry's taste is just as you remember them. You have stepped into a place on the new earth to which you can relate. You hear voices and walk past a small wooden sign. Appleton. A short distance away is a playground filled with laughing children. Adults sit in the shade observing the children at play. There are familiar toys such as a slide and swing set. The children are dressed in brightly colored clothes of a typical Western style. You are visiting a place familiar to your specific background. If you were to visit a place on the new earth similar to a different background, it might be quite different. You approach one of the adults. Recognizing you as a fellow human of the new earth, she stands to receive your hug. After receiving directions, you wander off toward a nearby village. You pass houses with an open friendly style that speaks of the gentle nature of the climate. You feel neither hot nor cold. The sun is shining brightly, but its warmth seems gentler than you had remembered. The first house you pass has a wide porch. The two people on it are engaged in a conversation. They pause to wave as you pass. A shadow causes you to glance upward. A sleek vehicle passes overhead. It makes little sound. You can see windows with people glancing out. Walking further into the town on a grassy road, you come to the village square with a bakery, vegetable stands, laundry, and a clothing and general merchandise store. Each shop is brightly lighted within. You notice the absence of a bank, service station, church, or government office. People pass on bicycles and there are small vehicles for individuals that resemble golf carts. They glide along quietly, above the surface of the ground. You approach a group of people, men and women, seated around a table under a large tree. They invite you to join them. You take the only empty seat. It is as though they were waiting for you. Let your imagination soar as to the rest of this picture unfolds. Perhaps you will discuss the larger picture with the others, or you will talk about local happenings. I hope with this message that I have conveyed the sense of tranquility that pervades this snapshot of the new earth. You are now in a lighter density. Thank you, Adriel. I feel warm.
Thank you, Adriel. I feel warmth as I picture myself in your description, and am lifted into that lighter density of which you speak. For more details on the new earth, go to Moraine's postings in January of 2009. There are also other postings at Mark's Corner. If you really want to know what it is like on the other side of the transformation, do your homework by reviewing prior posting and other sources. I am not the only one who is posting information. In truth, love and joy, Reverend Mark Kimmel, http://www.cosmicparadigm.com/marks_corner/ P.S. If you are interested in exploring the specifics of your personal transformation, like the following, versus issues of general interest as presented in the messages at this site, contact me. Interpreting the world around me in light of Earth's transition. Preparing myself and my family. Physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual aspects of transforming myself. The bigger